Heather Hummelbaugh. I am the Director of Imaging here at Santiam Hospital. Santiam is an independent hospital, an independent community hospital is getting to be a rarer and rarer thing in the United States. It's a rural status hospital. So when I got here as director, when I walked in, we had a non-operable fluoro machine and a very difficult space to work in. I kind of had a feeling that if anybody had a room that would fit into the constrained space that we had, it would be Shimadzu. And when John called me and said, guess what, a G4 is gonna fit in that room, you could have knocked me over with a feather, because it's a big machine. And I'm like, how are we gonna make a G4 fit in that room? But it turned out to be the perfect answer. And so that's how we ended up with a G4 here. Pretty much it was gonna be the only machine that satisfied the need to do fluoroscopy, and the bulk of our general x-rays handle the weight limit, go close to the floor and up high and fit in the space. I mean, that's basically the main criteria. I wanted to be able to do the bulk of our work in there, fit wheelchairs in there, fit stretchers in there, and be able to do all the fluoro work that we do here. And we ended up with this Shimadzu unit for a couple critical reasons. One was it went 90 degrees full Trendelenburg, which the other unit did not do. And two, the digital plate traveled closer to the end of the table. So if you're doing extremities or you're doing something that takes up the entire space, you would be able to do that. And it was just, I don't know, I can't remember, 4 inches or something, but it's a critical difference when you have a critical need for that amount of space. I've always been a big fan of the table because the table is completely smooth and flat. So if you're a working tech, you're used to having to move patients on a pad from their stretcher to the table. And most tables have a bumper on the side of them, and patients complain about that. Plus it's hard to pull over the top of. So I really like that. Plus if you spill barium or contrast or whatever, it doesn't get stuck in all the grooves. So these are very practical things. And a lot of the controls on the tube head are pretty intuitive. So I like that as well. We can do 72-inch chest x-rays with the table in full Trendelenburg position. Because of the design of that room, we couldn't do it the other way. We can now do chest x-rays at the proper SID in both rooms, and it's nice because they have a 17 by 17 plate, so you can get the really big people on there in one shot for the most part, which on a 14 by 17 these days, that can be pretty difficult with a person with a larger body habitus. So having that 17 by 17 plate is really advantageous. I'm a pretty active member of the AHRA, which is Radiology Director Organization. And we are constantly on there saying, has anybody tried this machine? Has anybody have feedback on that machine? So when people are looking for a fluoro machine, I'm almost always advocating for the G4.
Excellence in science. Shimadzu.